Hi, welcome back to our channel. In today's video, we have a familiar face from Mattel to check out. It's the Jurassic World Chaos series, Jurassic Herrerasaurus. The figure looks like the previous Dino Trackers release, but has some subtle differences in its paint scheme. As usual, let's take a brief look around the packaging. Here we go, is the name of the dinosaur, usual logos, habitat icon, image of its feature. Let's check out the back. Here's the Herrerasaurus doing its head strike in action. Here are the other three figures in its wave. Keep an eye out for future videos. The facts app info. Right, let's release the Herrerasaurus. And here it is. First thing I've noticed is a lack of battle damage and scars on this figure, like the rest of the wave. A similar paint deco to the Dino Trackers, but with some minor changes. Let's check out the paint application on this new Strike Attack figure. Now let's start at the head. The grey is slightly darker than the previous release. And we look at the top of the head, it ends here at this seam, which looks very odd as it doesn't blend in very well. Moving down the figure, the neck, the body and arms are this lighter brown colour. The rear legs are a darker brown. We have darker brown markings here and along its side. The brown comes further up the body, and the pattern is the same on the other side. Moving down to its tail, if you look closely, you can see the brown is much more lighter than the paint scheme on the body, as you can just see here. And when you look underneath, it just ends at this seam, just here. And there's no dark brown paint scheme underneath the figure around its rear legs. So we have the tail and the head that don't blend in very well. Having a closer look at the head sculpt, it is identical to the Dino Trackers, with some nice details across the head and above the eyes. As an articulated jaw opens up like this, here's the inside of it, and here's the other side. With some nice wrinkles here under the jaw, along with some osteoderms. And we have more wrinkles and osteoderms on this side of the figure, along with some nice muscle definition. The arms and hands look pretty cool, and the rear legs have some nice muscle definition and osteoderms. Our figure has some slight damage just here. Overall, the sculpt is identical to the Dino Trackers release, and the figure has no new battle damage. Let's check out the articulation. His legs move like this, and so do his arms, out to the side. And the same on the other side. And the mouth closes, it opens like this, as the inside of his mouth. Activate the Strike Attack feature by pressing this button on his back, and the head bobs up and down. Here we are on the other side. Here's where the fax app code is located. And there's the code. Then let's go into the fax app. Here's in the fax app now. Here's his battle feature. Here's the front of him, side, back, other side. His info is how tall he is, thigh meat, which means 2 pigs, origin is Argentina. For our first comparison, here it is next to the Dino Trackers release. At first glance, you would think they are identical. The sculpt details are, but they have different paint applications. And here's another look on the opposite side. And here's a closer look at their heads. The Strike Attack figure seen on the left has a much darker grey. Here's a top view of their heads. You can see the differences between them. Moving round, On the back of the head, you can also see the differences in the application. The Dino Trackers blends in well, and the new one doesn't. Moving down the figure, you can see how much darker the brown is compared to the Dino Trackers. You can also see all the differences when you turn them around like this. You can see the Dino Trackers has much more paint application around the legs. And when you look underneath, you can see the differences in their paint applications, where the new figure isn't the brown paint behind its legs. When you look at the side, you can see the new Strike Attack figure is a much more darker brown. For another comparison, here it is alongside the Attack Pack Herrerasaurus from 2018. Straight off, you can see there's a huge difference between them. Look at the size difference in their feet, the head sculpt and arms, and look at the size differences in their heads. The Attack Packs is longer and thinner. Just look at the differences in their jaws and their snouts. It's amazing how Mattel changed their sculpts over the last 5 to 6 years. I'm surprised that the figure has no battle scars or damage added like the rest of the figures in this wave. And they've given a different paint scheme to make it stand out, so it's not completely identical to the Dino Trackers. So some collectors could look at this as a variant. And I suppose another Herrerasaurus to add to your collection. Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Thanks for watching.